Yes. Another edition of the infamous. I ain't pull it off right, but I'm gonna put some little music on here first. Get us started here. You know what I'm saying? Man, I was getting ready to give a call sign out here. I forgot I'm not on the radio. So this is Heyward CPA live. This we gonna starting stuff out. With some music. Moving forward. But check it out. Today's a special day.
Right now. My night rider mode.
Oh yeah. This is the adrenaline right here.
For those that don't know, night rider.
I was gonna play the other beat that I gave you though.
Oh yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. We might
do that. When you send me the slowdown version, I'm gonna lay. I'll lay into it.
Yeah, but I got a whole different joint. But anyway, nevertheless, here we are. So today is very special day. It's July. Well, first of all, happy half of the year. Happy welcome to the second half of the year.
True.
You up here. Happy you made it through the first half of the year. So salutations on that. And then we also today is something special because today and every July 1st is the Heyward CPA anniversary. All right. So that's what we got going on here, man. We got the Heyward CPA anniversary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got little kids, the kids love us and all that. And then, man, I got things going on. Yeah. I've been and then as a special guest, you know what I'm saying, to get everybody feeling where we are to get this thing done, especially my esteemed colleague here. We're gonna play this little clip for you because this is it. So I just want to set it up and say, look, if you rocking with us, you've been rocking with us because this is actually episode 49. So we coming up in 3 episodes. It'll be 2 years we've been doing this every other week. Can you believe that?
Wow,
that's like crazy.
That's commitment.
Yeah, that's commitment. But this goes out, and mind you, we don't own this. We do not own this. But this is how we gonna get the show started off.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Awesome.
I'll leave it to you. Take it from there.
Awesome. Beautiful.
That's all I got to say. That's it, man. We ready.
Man,
now we ready.
You sponging up what I'm spilling?
Yes. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Man,
nice.
I watched the full speech of that last night. Like, yeah, I didn't get the chance. I'm gonna cut up because we know the first part when it's we got nine delegates and everything. 20, 30,000, 60,000, including affiliates, another 20,000, unorganized but ready to fight. Ain't nothing but 20,000 in the whole town.
That's right.
That preceded that part right there.
Right.
So, but there's another part. There's 2 parts of that speech which I think would actually really like play into what we got going on. Like it's real ill. So I was going to edit it and then put the can you dig it at the back of that. But y'all will hear it, man. Even though we don't own it though. We don't own the rights.
We don't own the rights to that.
But still. So anyhow,
I like your shirt today.
Yeah, I wore it, because it's a new year. We talking about all the stuff that's new.
You saying I should put mine on?
Oh nah, you and we don't even know where you are. I mean, you last time you.
I mean, they do know I'm here, and it's not a virtual background.
You in the spot, so you here and there, you in and out. But it's a holiday weekend, so our people. There's probably a lot of y'all gonna be seeing this in the telecast, so it's going down, but it's quiet. But I'm glad to see you made it back home. or from wherever you were. We're gonna leave that, where
I'm
you
gonna
were.
always make it to where I need to go.
Mm. Oh, I said make it back home. I just like make it back wherever you needed to be. That's back there. So what's going on with you? I mean, I did everything. That's what I got. The festivities for the day. I got the red cup with the straight water. I got exotic water here, and
Oh,
exotic.
man. Well, no, we're not getting paid for that either.
No, that's why I turned it to the side. But honestly, I don't even know what kind of water it is.
It's pretty good water. I've had it before.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. I usually try to pH my own water though.
Oh, see, you doing a lot more than
Yeah, I mean when I feel like it, I'll do it. But
yeah. Well,
it's
I got
actually very refreshing too.
it is.
It's very, very refreshing.
Oh, what's the process? I mean, how do you pH it? Oh, it's
A lot of homework, but yeah. So you gotta boil it, boil it, filter it, let it rest, filter it. Then you gotta add some stuff to it, and then you add your level of pH, and it tastes like. You ever had like springs water, like hot springs water, fresh?
I haven't, but I could imagine.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's the imagination. Because I used to imagine it too. Matter of fact, when I found it out and I knew somebody that was doing it, and I was like, yeah, I can buy pH water. Yeah, buy it and try it. Try it this way and buy it and see what the difference is. It's totally different. So I'll hook you up with the recipe. But people make it in different ways, so that's why mine is my way. It's you got to buy a couple of you got to buy that little iodine to put in the water.
Oh
And
man.
then you add this. You use Himalayan salt, right? It's a process for
Wow.
it, right? But it's only a touch of that because salt to water actually alkalizes it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like Himalayan salt to fruit alkalizes the fruit, like watermelon, because
Yeah.
watermelon's H230,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you can add. I don't add salt to that, but you can once you add salt to that type of fruit, it turns into
Oh,
alkaline.
H2O. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
alkaline.
I always want because people always. I mean, back in the day, people would put salt on watermelon.
Yeah, or mango, right? So yeah,
Yeah. So that's why I would. Yeah, it always be the water. It'd be like that.
yeah, because the body can't function without salt, right? But it's not processed salt; it's natural salt.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, salt makes things alkalized.
Oh, well, how about that? Who knew? That's it. Yeah, we started the day off with a tip that you didn't know. Because I sure as heck didn't know that. I mean, I knew you needed salt, but
Yeah,
the salt that we get is way too much.
yeah. So
But
think
never.
about it, like if you're sweating and
Mm-hmm.
you happen to like
Oh yeah,
sweat
it's
just run to
salty.
your mouth, you're
Yeah,
like, what? That's you,
yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Potassium coming out your body, salt,
yeah.
right? So to fill that back up, you know you can eat a banana. Banana will give you some potassium. They say you eat two and a half bananas a day,
Oh, you
especially in the
straight?
summertime. It'll help offset that.
Yeah.
So
How about that?
yeah,
That's
but
I mean, that's a complete lesson right there. I was not expecting that. Complete total surprise. What do I know? You know what I'm saying? I'm just here on another lovely stream, chilling, you know, chilling in anniversary day,
of the
man.
firm.
Yes, anniversary. 13
Congratulations,
years. Well, thank you.
congratulations. It's 13 years.
Yeah, 13 years in the
Let's talk
firm.
about that for a minute, though. Hold up,
Long time in the game, though.
13 years.
Yeah.
I
Lucky number.
mean, and you still haven't even slept yet. So
No. Oh, please. No.
right, so
13.
13 years of not sleeping.
Yeah.
When we say sleep, we're not talking about the body shutting down. We're talking about the
Yeah.
brain activity.
Mm-hmm.
No sleep
Mm-hmm.
for 13 years. Probably a lot
13.
longer, but 13 years.
13 years on this particular endeavor.
Different
This
levels of not sleeping though, right? So
oh yeah.
you go from no hours of sleep in the beginning to maybe an hour or two here or there, but you got a nap in between that, right?
Yeah.
Is that how that
Well,
works?
Yeah, I see. I get how they work. I don't know if they get how they work. So I get how it works. I mean, what I was gonna say is that
No, I'm
it's
saying, is that how it works? That's what I was
no,
saying.
oh yeah, well, yeah, because it's basically there are in this 13 years, for 13 years, there's probably been a minimum 4 iterations. So, you got the starting iteration, um, which was 3 years. Then it was when I got the first hirees or brought in the first team people,
Mm-hmm.
and and so there are different things that happen. The team people are still working from the house. So that was kind of like a 2-year thing. Then about 2015, that was the office thing. And then more people came on, so on and so forth. And then about 20 or 21, the next iteration. Well, you got the Stephanie iteration. Fuck that. So I look at more like as the team grew.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because we've had different things happen, and then the integrity thing. So it's probably about 6 stages as gone through, because every time one of those pieces changed, I had to change. And so it's about 6-7 stages in 13 years. So that's I think that's a lesson there that
So you said something important. For
Mhm.
every iteration, something changed. So you had to change.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I mean, just way too much to go through. But give us an example. When you say that you had to change, what's one of the things that you feel as though that's more foundational?
Well, two changes. I'll talk about 2 of them. The first change obviously is when I brought in the first 2 infamous team members. Going from it's just me to okay, now there's other people. And that was the first time in this position where I had to share information. Like I
Mm-hmm.
had to make them effective. Not to mention that I went in thinking I was going to hire 1 person and hired 2 for some reason. Brilliant. I have no idea to this day. I don't know why I thought that, and I don't know how in the heck I paid them, but I I still don't. I really honestly could not sit here and tell you why. It was
So
like,
you had a no lose mentality.
yeah, I mean, I burned the boat. I wasn't going back. So it was like, yo, here it is. So I was like, boom, but I couldn't.
Burn the
It's
boat.
crazy.
They're like burn the boat. A lot of people don't know what that
Oh,
is.
they don't know what
But
burn the boat is. Well, it goes back to see like
commonplace in war. But we
yeah.
won't go through that lesson today.
I mean, well, hey, I think it's an important lesson to bring up, but still.
Well, I
So I
mean, we won't go through the dynamics
yeah.
of ADBC.
Yeah, but go throughout, but yeah, but I just in my narrative, we burned the boat, went in, and so that was the first iteration where it was like, okay, now I got 2 folks, man, I'm scrambling, doing whatever, but I know this is my path to where I want to be, so I'm doing it, and I'm taking the expense. Was it a lot of stuff that I probably could have done?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was it stuff I was doing already? Yeah, but was I doing it optimally? No.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was the first step. So then the second step is, oh, we got a good morning. So we got it. So the second step,
Good morning.
yes, good morning. So the second step was when we officially changed our entity type. Well, so I was doing sole practitioner, sole proprietor for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, well, for a period to about 2015, well, 5 years. And so I remember when, we went the S Corp route. And I remember literally my mindset just changed, because then I had an entity and I had me, and that was the next iteration that changed. Why I started, and that has carried forward. That's been an undertone that I'm not the company.
Yeah,
So
correct.
you know what I'm saying? The company is
The
a
company.
thing,
Yeah.
and
It's a
I'm
machine, it's a vehicle.
yeah,
It just
and
carries
yeah.
your
Well, I'm the
vision
caretaker.
and mission. Right.
Yeah, I'm the caretaker of it. So, and yeah, I own it and all that, but I remember it. I remember when I got the election, exception election, and my mom was like, okay, so yeah, it's separate now. And it was just like that. I was like, yeah, it's separate now. So it's like, okay. And that's just the way, and from that period forth, and that's the way I approach it now. I mean, it's still, so when my decision making comes, it's what's best for the situation. And then as we brought more people in to be part of this situation, we have to consider all of them, So in my case, it's different. I don't think it's universal, but I think in some cases you think, some places in the leadership or the caretaking, we'll use caretaking because people get scared of the term leadership, but in the caretaking, some places you got to stand in front, some places you got to stand back, but the key is you got to be flexible, you got to move around, can't be one way. And that's what I was saying, that the iteration, as things change, um you know a year from now, I promise you it'll be like something that is like, yeah, I changed the way I approach that, or I changed this and that. And it's just the moves. I mean, it's exciting to me though, because I'm
So
always like,
is there a formula that you use to try to figure out, you know, to constantly keep adjusting and be flexible?
no, it's not a fun. It's just it's a constant desire to learn, and but there's a ridge, there's there's a goal. One thing
Right.
is I have specific goals.
Right. Right.
Now I had many specific goals, but I had specific goals,
Right.
and sometimes it gets cloudy. So I do get, I wouldn't say off track, but I get caught in minutia like anybody else. And then you like, so you got to go fall back and be like, wait a minute, I got to get refocused. You
Mm-hmm.
heard that process, how it works for me. But yeah, it's, so I mean, I can't, it's not a formula that I can say. It's more so like, I mean, I do have formulas, but they're not the formula to get to that place. It's, for me, it's just that I have a underlying goal and a purpose for why I'm doing this.
So basically, you have your own. Basically, you have your own formula that everyone should pretty much figure it out. And I think the the beginning part of that formula is learning, like you say, continuous learning. Your
Yeah,
desire to learn, your desire to grow, and continuous learning. So that's the beginning piece. Whatever else you want to add to that is individually an option.
yeah, but even transcending that, well, I was just gonna say, is purpose. You gotta
Purpose.
think of your purpose. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta think for you, and that's something that no one can tell you purpose. And I don't mean like your purpose on earth on some esoteric thing. I'm saying like, why are you doing this? That's the, and that's a question that is hard for people. And it's, the answer is not for the money. Why are you doing this?
Well, in most cases, we talk marketing. A lot of people buy certain things because they need it. But in most things, people buy because they believe in what's behind it, the purpose, the vision.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the, if for you. So, but just imagine you are your first customer. You start a company, start a business. If you don't know why, how is your customer or your benefit, if you got a nonprofit, how they supposed to know?
Mm-hmm.
So you try to live in your purpose, like, because That's what carries you when stuff is suspect or sideways. Your purpose. You be like, because I mean, it's gonna be days you're like, why am I doing this? Like, I
Get out
don't
the bed and be like, this
like,
is not gonna happen.
yeah,
But the
this is not
beautiful
it.
part about that is, if you're not in struggle mode, which I think everyone struggles, you can actually. That's the freedom of it. You're saying, you know what, I'm not. I'm gonna take an hour to get my mind together. Then I'm gonna get at it.
Yeah, yeah, because you're
Right,
not,
Bert.
no one's looking
Right.
for you.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. Yeah, it's a different type of.
A different kind of freedom. Yeah.
Yeah, and that, but purpose, and I think purpose is underappreciated because I mean, especially, I mean, it just when you in the minutia, it's easy to forget because you're doing. Even if you tell yourself you're working on it, on your business, you're doing it. Doing it, and then that one thing comes and it takes all the air out, and you're sitting there like, yo, why am I putting up with this? Why? And so you have to step back and get with yourself and be like, boom, what's my purpose? Because entrepreneurship, this is interesting because through my little whatever I went through, there's three, to me is we break down 3 layers. And I think Michael Gerber does a good job with this. I read another one of his books to further the evangelism of the e-myth. So like that. So, but you have people that are self-employed. They're self-employed. I mean, they have a job for themselves. They do everything. They keep all the money after they pay their expenses. They're self-employed. They don't work, nothing happens. Period. Then you have a business owner who maybe moves from that self-employed person, but hires a couple of people, hires people. Key man operation. You kind of, you there. You may even get to the point where, you do a lot of money, and you may even have like people handling all this stuff, and you just a figurehead, but you kind of just do it, and I don't want to just relegate it like, oh, you're only trying to do it for money, but you kind of do something. Maybe it's something you do, you're good at it, you built a business around it or whatever. And then entrepreneurs are a little bit different because entrepreneurs believe that they can change something, they can fix something, so they're doing it for some reason. Like there's like this other reason they're doing this stuff. They know going in that like I mean, the money is not on the front end. It's just
Right.
like I'm doing this, but there is some belief underneath there that I'm going to do something or something. Whether it's I'm creating this company to change the way that people ... I'm doing this to provide this. So entrepreneurship is more like that. It's more, and it's real thin line. It's not like, oh well, I got a nonprofit. No, there is a purpose behind it all the way live, like boom, and how you do it. Now, the stage that's kind of like the characteristics of the leadership. But to me, every company goes through all those stages. You go from it's just you or a partnership, like that, to you start getting people to where you could evolve and it's scalable, and you drive the organization in a certain way.
Right.
But I mean, that entrepreneurship thing, I mean, purpose is purpose. It's trying to find the purpose of, why. That's why I'm saying about why am I doing this? Like, what am I doing this for? Because you're trying to find the place. It's something that you're trying to do. You're trying to change. You make different. You're trying to make moves on. You're trying to go. So, that's, I don't even know what I was talking about.
No, you would talk. Well, we started off with formulas and then purpose. We went down the purpose lane.
Yeah, I went down the purpose.
You're giving good feedback. You're giving good information, right?
Yeah,
So
this is
we summing up the 13 years. We summing up, the mentality of why you do it, how you do it. What's
Yeah.
the driver, what's the desire, what's the purpose, right? And just kind of, we're having a basic conversation with actual tools
Yes.
that can turn into resources. If you're picking up what it is that we're putting in place in terms of the actual, we're not sitting here and say, hey, go to this website, go to this person, go here, go do this, go do that. All of those things are a result of the internal conversation that people have with themselves. And like you said, someone comes up with an idea, you know what, let me go and create this for this. Well, that idea had to come from someone internally as an entrepreneur that says, if I create this, I can change this aspect of the world. Now, some people win, a lot of people lose. But at the end of the day, it's trial and error, right? So take those little jewels, turn them into tools, turn them into resources, turn them into a process, turn them into the business from sole prop to S corp to corporation to whatever it is that it's going to take life, how it's going to move forward, right? So now that's if you look, sometimes if you want to or not, it doesn't go over very well once it picks up speed.
Yeah. But that's where some people have train wrecks too.
Because why is that? Because
they not operating with no purpose. they just doing it,
or
and
no
they be making
continuous
tons of money.
learning. No continuous learning, no peer group, that someone to talk to, resources, strategic partners, people that you can lean on, because that's the other thing. You can't do it by yourself, right? As you said, when you started hiring in the beginning, nothing you're going to build is going to be done by itself.
No, absolutely. And that was a lesson for me, because I mean, when I first started, I'm like, hey, I have my little thing and I mean, make my bread and just be at the crib and doing my thing. But I was meant to do more than that. That's probably I mean, I'm always honest on here, but that was like the realest thing right there. I mean, I feel like I was meant to do more than that, and I still feel like I'm supposed to do more than I'm doing now. So it's just the way it is. Like, so, and one of the iterations too is, so I think I want to go back to the 2015 iteration when I said, okay, we became an S corp and the entity was separate. In my mind, it became, from that point on, is really the firm became, and the mission or whatever was bigger than me. Like I mean, even now,
That's important that's important piece that you're actually hanging out on, right? Because the iteration before that is deciding to go and start a business as a sole proprietor. And would you say in your experience that most people stop there? Because we get quite a few people that have S corps, right? And they still treat the S corp like it's a sole proprietorship. So so I'm thinking now that data. My brain is like,
oh,
wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, where did they? This is where they probably stop. Once they got an S corp or a partnership, and they go, wait a minute.
Yes,
this is not beyond me. This is me still.
Still me. Yeah, it is. And I think that's kind of where separation is on, entrepreneurship or what have you, because you could grow to it. Like I say, I don't use this term entrepreneur like, oh, this elite group of people or something like that. I honestly believe that once you're exposed to it and some of the tools and things, you can move that way. But your point, 100%. I think it's just so natural because you get caught in the doing of whatever it is. And I think it happens a lot because and maybe this would be a great research topic, well, for us, for biz therapy.
I was just about to say, wait for
That
the
you
book.
but to check a study, because I honestly believe if you polled a lot of people that have businesses, the top two answers of why they started it are: one, they enjoy what they do, and two, they wanted to be their own boss. And
And three, there's a three though.
Well,
So we have our own data, by the way, FYI.
well,
There's a small percentage, but I've run across someone
third?
told me I needed to start a business because I'm good at what I do.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, a small percentage is a small
That's
percentage.
very small. Yeah, that's yeah.
different.
I get it, but it's still the premise. Sometimes it's not.
No, it's not. That's not the way it goes.
Yeah, but all of those three options are about near short-term thoughts. They're all short-term thoughts.
Right.
They're not long-term thoughts. They're like, well, I'm tired of working for this company. I'm good at my job, so I can go do my portion of the job in my own company and be great at it and get paid all the money. There's
that caveat again that we talked about.
There's a big caveat.
It's that caveat. You don't have. Should I say it? Yeah.
Go ahead.
You don't have the same resources.
Exactly. And working in corporate America or government or academia or whatever, when you have a large entity, you do your job. You do that. It's blinders. You don't have the decision making on every level: the administrative, the operational, marketing, finance.
Sometimes you don't even know why they're telling you to do what you do. No, you just have to do it.
You just got to do it. So you could be wonderful at your job. Right. You could be great at what you do.
Right.
Be the best ever. But it means absolutely nothing once you open a company, because you have to be everything. So how are you going to learn to do that?
Mm-hmm.
And, and it's just not easy. Now, some people, they come in, and so that's where the kind of the mistake is. And back to Michael Gerber, he says is, technicians that have entrepreneurial seizures. So especially if you come in and, you're lucky enough to, you take your job contacts or whatever, you get a good contract, get a great contract. Well, you worked in corporate America, so it's good numbers, it's not 20,000. You need $150,000, $200,000 contract. You do this. I've seen this all the time. They get the contract, so you try to pay yourself like the salary that you were paying yourself when you worked, and you don't realize that you have other costs now, or you really do need other people. Or check this out. This is where the self-employed part comes in.
Mm-hmm.
That you have to fulfill the contract, and guess what? You don't have time to do. Get any other clients. So what do you have? You have a job. Mm-hmm. That's what you got. That's what you got, a job. So that's why I see some people, they self-employed, they masquerading as business owners, but they got jobs. And so I'm not saying it to be negative, but just if you can't put any resources into developing your more clients because you bogged down with one client, tell me what, you work for one single source. So,
right. Well, and then, and again, here's the other components you have, the operational piece, right? Where you may not be good at it. So you got to put systems of people in place. 9 times out of 10, you start with a system. Then you graduate to a person that oversight on that system with a particular skill set. So you can go ahead and focus on whatever area that you need to focus on developing the business, right? Which is another important component. So, for example, when we go through the accounting, if we go through biz therapy, accounting is accounting, right? Biz therapy. Okay, let's talk about a master plan, business plan. Let's talk about operational plan. Let's talk about a hiring. Let's talk about delegation. Let's talk about leadership. We talk about those topical things, but they're underpins to the mentality that has to be in place in order to achieve, right? And that mentality is, I'm going to do whatever it takes, excuse me, to make sure I win, make sure the company wins, right?
Yeah.
And that is not saying or not doing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is too complicated. I'm not going to do it. I don't have
Oh.
time for this. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, you mean like handling your bookkeeping when you small, or not wanting
Or
to?
having an operational plan. So, for example,
Yeah.
you ask, hey, how are you going to, you communicating one-on-one, and the individual says, hey, I want to reach this goal, or I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to achieve this. And you ask the question, why, and how are you going to get there?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you talking about, so no, which following what you're saying is that we talking about, I think it brings it back to what I was saying, purpose. So
Well, I'm going, you know what I'm touching on.
Yeah.
What I'm touching. Purpose is a topical word. Everybody flings purpose around.
Yeah,
but what
but
does that mean?
I'm defining it. I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I'm defining it, because you can't do anything you talking about there unless you got purpose. And
Correct.
you have to say, yo, I'm doing this business. That's why, just the number of people, I'll be like, so why are you doing this? Like, what are you doing? What's this? And they give the because all these courses, and you take the little free thing, and people have workshops to build your business plan and all this other stuff. They tell you what to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They say, yo, put your executive summary together. People put the executive summary together and go put it in the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Executive summary is for you because you're the executive.
Correct.
What is going on here? What
Correct.
is going on? Like, why? People neglect this stuff, man. They don't do this. So the executive summary is for you to understand where you're going and where you're doing. So if they come to you to have a session, biz therapy, or they come to you for business development. So yeah, and I'm gonna jump back to the thing, but to Heyward CPA, the experience since his anniversary day, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, we were getting real serious. So I had to, it says, yeah. So we got chill a second. It's a celebratory day.
Let's bring out the popcorn.
Yeah, but one thing that stands true, and everybody, I say it all the time, team.
It'd be dope. I'm gonna cut you for a second. It'd be dope if I could toss this football right at the camera and you catch it on your end.
That would be incredible.
That'd be dope, right? So we gotta get you one of these, and we're gonna do a magic trick one day.
That would be incredible. That would
right. That'll be fly.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, I'll take these headphones off, fling it at you, and you got them on, right? Like,
see left turn. We in the red now. It's not a left turn. We hit the rest stop real quick. Go on the interstate, just hit the rest stop. We start talking about bugged out stuff, man.
We're really jokesters. We're jokesters and we're serious people at the same time. But whatever. You catch us whenever, right? This reminds me of back in the day. I'm about to age myself. This reminds me of you remember those shows like I Love Lucy?
Yeah.
And
they have the
honeymooners, and they had to hit the laugh button.
Yeah. Studio audience laughing at you. Well, you never know though. We might do a live show. We do it live, like in front of a studio audience. You talk about ridiculous. It would be absolutely ridiculous.
Off the chain.
Because the people, we only need like 5 people.
Off the chain.
It'd be crazy.
Off the chain. We're gonna throw chart of accounts, like chart of accounts. The list. We're gonna have the cards with chart of accounts, flinging it around. Biz dev concept, biz therapy stuff.
It'd be crazy.
It'd be just
But anyway,
game show. We could do a game show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This therapy game show would be dope.
Yeah,
That
look
would
at
be dope.
that. See, this is what we do. We
Yeah,
having a
I know.
July 1st
Yeah, it's a
transitional
mid-year.
conversation right now.
Like I said, it's happy middle of the year, man. So I don't even know what I see. Look, it took me
Purpose,
all.
yeah, my bad. You talking about purpose.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just saying that people get, it's difficult to answer the questions you pose. That's because you ever notice how people clam up, like they get all,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the
yeah.
purpose is when I'm saying purpose is that's something that you discuss in the mirror with yourself.
Right, but the reason I brought it up because of what you're saying in terms of purpose, and when I say that it's a surface word, people go, "Oh, my purpose is to do this," like you're saying, right? But when we there's always something deeper to that ties you into a particular statement or a word or a belief or understanding, right? And so when I say you have to get out of your own way, you have to continue. So people can have a purpose and don't want to be a continuous learner.
Oh yeah,
We see it
yeah,
all day, right? Oh, you got to learn this. You have to have a bookkeeping. You got to learn this. And they go,
yeah,
I'm not comfortable with learning that. I don't want to learn it. I don't even need to use it. I can continuously use pen and paper the way I've been using it, right?
yeah.
So then how do you fling around the word purpose and what really is your purpose? That's all. I was piggybacking you. I was
Oh
going a little bit deeper.
yeah,
So,
no, you go deep, man. You keep forgetting this 11
I
something
know,
Eastern
man.
Standard
I'm
Time
listen, man.
on
I
a
just,
Saturday.
it's what I go through. It's
I know.
what I've gone through, what I go through, and what
Yeah,
we'll
you deep.
continuously go through in order to try to,
Yeah.
come out at top, come out on top.
Well, yes. I mean, but no, no, you're right about that. It's mentality. But what I was gonna say is that when you're trying to the purpose, when you get that purpose, or whatever you want to call it, you could call it a flu. I don't care what you call it, but it's that
A
thing,
fluke,
a flu. That's just what came to me, a
a
flu.
virus. I mean, what
Yeah,
you
something. I don't know. You call it whatever you want, but you start doing the things which you mentioned earlier. You start doing the things that prompt the organization to succeed, and you start seeing it as an organization, and then the accountabilities change. You start having the accountabilities to the process or to the organization, to the other people, and that's how you build culture. So you start, and you have to do it. I mean, if you're going to grow, if you're going to take steps, if you're going to go into the unknown, into the void, you have to do it. Well,
okay, what kind of mental strain what kind of mental strain, mental gymnastics does that involve?
well,
And you don't have to go. You don't really got to go way deep. It's just is it on a scale, right? 1 to 10, let's call it, in terms of complexity and life and just daily things, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, it has its ebbs and its flows. But when we talk about that particular part, what does
I,
that look like?
I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say a 7, and then I'm gonna tell you why I say 7. Because like in anything, when you at a 7, to me, on that scale, 5 you halfway, but 7 you done kind of committed to go to the top. So you know what I'm saying. 6 you can
Mm-hmm.
still go back.
Right.
7 you more leaning towards 8. You ready to keep going? So I would say a 7. It takes that 7 to be like, man, I really want this to happen.
Right.
I really want to have. So the times that you feel like yelling, screaming, crying, staying in the bed or something like that, you know, if you're 7 leaning 8, you're more likely to keep going. But if you 6, you like, I ain't with it. I'm done. I ain't forget it. It's easy to slide back to 5. That's just the way I visualize it. You're like, man, it's but it's and a lot of I mean, this self discipline is saying, man, and self awareness. Oh my God. So, and that's why I think a lot of people lack that, because when you bring people in to your team, you're not going to hire yourself. That's a big mistake people do. They think they're going to hire them. And so they think that the person's going to come in and the experience they've been going through, the person is just going to jump on and rock with them and know exactly what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you have to hire. I mean, some people say, "Oh, you hire your weakness, where you're weak at." Man, I like to say it. You hire what makes you, it accentuates you. We kind of, it balances you out. Because my belief is, and my style is, I I need to at least understand what needs to happen. I don't have to do it. I just have to understand it happens. So, and because if something happens to somebody, I need to be able to go in and do it.
Correct.
So I don't like to say, oh, well, because I'm weak in this or whatever. I think you use process to offset your weaknesses, because we all have weaknesses. But when you're looking at people, you
Mm-hmm.
want that kind of offset who you are. But in order to do that, you got to admit who you are.
True.
If you're a control freak, admit you're a control freak. That's the worst, man. The people, the control freaks, they don't admit it. They don't never admit it. You like, and you see them now as you get experience. Like we see them, you like total control freak. I'll say it after the day. I'm like, yeah, they control freak. They're like this, and they'll sit there like that. They'll tell you everything and start telling me about accounting and stuff. I'm like, really? Hadn't heard that before. Okay. It's like, I'm like, all right, bet. You got it. Like, then why did you call me again? I'm not sure. So you just, I mean, you gotta be self-aware, man. You gotta be self-aware. And so the self-awareness can get you with, so you hire the right people. Oh, this could go on and on.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at some data right here right now.
Oh, you pulling up data?
Oh
Data
man,
sets?
I don't went.
You don't went all the way, huh?
This about to take me on a journey even after today.
Even after the stream is
I mean,
over.
I gotta have some data, but we talk about it a lot. But I mean,
Yeah.
right now, my mind has picked up on a couple of different things. So
Okay.
this is creativity, innovation, right? How do we continuously put systems in place, make sure we go back and course correct any current systems, see where some gaps are to improve current systems or offerings to help clients, right? Because our goal is to move them forward, right? So 20% of businesses fail within the first year. That's not even 12 months. That's 6, 7, 8 months.
Yeah.
20%.
Yep.
65 within a 10-year period. But 90% within a 5-year period.
Wow. So, and then the question is why, right? What's the cause of it?
Well, lack of capital funding is one.
Oh,
Faulty infrastructure. So here are the absolute common reasons, which again, it's known. Lack of capital funding, retaining an adequate management team. So that's training and leadership, which you talked about earlier. A faulty infrastructure, which is why the firm and us exist.
Yeah.
A faulty infrastructure or business model, and unsuccessful marketing initiatives.
Wow. So there's a lot of reasons there that happens there. But just seeing them up front, all the years of seeing all these things up front, it's like, man. And I hate, I mean, I see it sometimes.
Now here's the other piece too. Sorry to cut you again.
Oh, go ahead.
And then I'm gonna let you go. 2 out of every 3 businesses with employees. There's 1 employee, 2 employees, 3 employees, whatever. Last only 2 years.
Now, that's interesting.
And that goes back to those other points, right? Lack of funding, management team, infrastructure, market.
Yeah. And the overall plan. Yeah.
So
those are the doomsday numbers, huh? So basically, to take the big one out is that, so 90% of the businesses started in 2023 will be closed by 2028. That's
Mm-hmm.
what that statistic is saying.
Yeah.
Mm.
And 65% of them will be closed in by 2033.
Was so that those are two, and I think I look at it as two separate statistics too.
Of course.
I mean, the reason behind the statistics.
Right.
But then what's the the 1 year? What was the percent of 1 year?
20%.
20%. So 2 out of every 10 businesses that are open now be closed. And I guess it's just a progression to the 5-year mark.
Right.
Yeah. But that's a good segue. Because I mean, I was like, I couldn't get off this edition without talking about the firm and actually when you started the question, I was like, well, I wanted
Yeah, I
to talk
left it
about
too vague. My bad.
no, you left it perfect because I was like, well, we spent time talking about the 13 years, but I want to talk about the next 2 years.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's what's up. Let's
no,
do
I
it.
was like that's what, and we shifting again. So
Another
I'm learning.
iteration.
Oh, totally. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Like so well that this one has more. This one specifically has to do with me because of my birthday this year. So this is it, but it also has to do with me understanding our purpose. Um, what we're evolving to, and we may have mentioned it, is just doing more advisory things. We're trying to move into an advisory space and basically teaching our clients how to utilize accounting data to run their companies and to grow their companies. And our core client now is a growth company, and not in the media method of growth. I mean, you can have a grocery store. We're not looking for I have this new app that's gonna, cure hangnails or something. Like that's I mean that's fine, whatever. But we really gonna be taking a shift and you'll see. Because historically, like most firms, I mean, we've been about compliance. I mean, I need to get my taxes done. I need to do this for a loan or something like that. And that's part of the business. But our direction now, it started already, but I'm just putting it out here today, is really to be in an advisory space. But we use accounting data to give that advice. And in order to give that advice to clients, we have to teach the clients how to comprehend the data. So that's at the core of where, especially our CAS practice is going to go in the next 24 months for sure. There's no doubt about it. It's going there. It's the future. You need it because we could put purpose right there. Now I have a purpose statement that I'm not necessarily going to put out here, but we could take this here. So I say, well, if which one was 95? 5 years, 95%.
Yeah.
If I say I believe I could bring that down to be part of bringing that down to 90%.
That's purpose.
Yep. By instilling these processes.
And then you only looking at between the 90 and the 90. The 90.
Yeah. But
the
that's the target.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Correct.
That's the target.
Yeah, correct.
But for me, we can put in and say that, look, maybe flip the statistic. 90% or 95% of the businesses we work with do survive past 5 years. That's purpose. That's a mission. You see what I'm saying? That's vision mission type thing. It's more like a vision. Like, so but in order to do that, we got to work with growth-minded entrepreneurs. And we haven't had the luxury of doing that as much over the last 13 years. And we're getting ready to do that. But growth-minded. and build a community around these growth-minded entrepreneurs.
Correct. Insulate.
Um, yeah. So we you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I was just thinking about, so yeah, we would talk about this too. Plus, it's a great soundbite to put on our our channels. Yeah, it's a little commercial here. Like, look, if you want to grow and you want to last more than 5 years, you want to call the associates at Heyward CPA.
Oh, wait a minute.
Phones available right now.
That's right.
That's right. 919-886-4829. 919-886-4829. That's right. Call today. So
Or email us at
or email us at hello@heywardcpa.com. That's right.
Or if you're interested in Biz Therapy, go to Biz Therapy.
Nah, Biz Therapy gonna get his own commercial. See, that's
oh,
what
yeah,
I'm
look,
saying.
look, you know, but it all ties back to
Nah, you gotta go, so you gotta stop and then do the Biz Therapy commercial. You see what I'm saying? See, they use it too much in one time. Remember, people got 30-second mind attention spans. So then you have to say, do you want to start a business? Or maybe you already have a business and you're struggling.
And it needs to be functional.
Yo, well, you see, you just see darkness in front of you. There is a light.
There is a light.
Biz Therapy. That's right. Biz Therapy could be your light in the tunnel, and it's not a train. That's right. See, this is what I'm saying. Like,
this is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do off camera.
Yo, you come in with
refine this stuff.
Yes, the Biz Therapy can guide you from the darkness you feel now to the light of the success you dreamed of. If you want more information, go to www.biztherapy.info or call us. I don't know the number. You know the number. I don't know the number by heart yet. But go to or email us.
Just go to the website.
Yeah, go to biztherapy.info. That's biztherapy.info. If you're in the dark and you need some light, call biztherapy.info.
I'm looking over right
now. Yo, look at that. I'm doing radio commercials.
919-892-6695.
That's right. Call us from anywhere nationwide. Take you out the darkness.
If you having sleepless nights,
that's right.
Call
24 hours. You call anytime. You call, you're under pressure, business, whatever. You don't know where to go.
Well, your stakeholders are really, really, really on your neck.
Yeah.
Stakeholders meaning family.
Darkness to light. That's what Biz Therapy is about. So you like that, right? So we already. By the way, we've already done the treatment.
Yeah, we're killing it. We're what we do. We're killing it.
Oh, the treatment of the commercial is gonna be crazy. Like,
oh my goodness,
we can make that thing happen the way we discussed.
We might have to open a production company. Because after we get done with that, they're gonna. No, I mean not Mike, but you know. I stand corrected. We do. We do.
Yes.
Right.
But
however,
I had to open it up to other people.
They're gonna be, because we have it in place for our own efficacies, right? But they're gonna be knocking for other opportunities.
Yeah, the way we gonna use the game. So
that's gonna be wicked.
Yeah, it's gonna be wicked. It's gonna be crazy. I'm saying, but just the messaging right there. See, that's the messaging, and so you do that. Why? Because I could do that off the top of my head because I know what we're doing. True. I know what the goal is. I know what our purpose is.
Yeah.
So I'm able to just say, and so not only that, could I say it here? I could say it in front of somebody. Somebody asks, "Hey, so what do you guys do?" All right. Heyward CPA, we here to empower entrepreneurs by teaching them how to use accounting data to run their business. Biz Therapy, we're here to teach you how to run your business.
That's right.
And to overcome the personal hurdles and challenges that all business owners and entrepreneurs face and learn how to turn into them and make them into not necessarily the strengths, but how to push through them so that you can succeed and get out the darkness.
You listen to me too much.
Yo, man, listen. I just, I listen to what you say, but I'm a marketer.
That was awesome.
And it's on tape.
There's nothing else for me to say.
I know after that, let's just, we just gonna cheer. You know, the little kids, you know, they're getting a little clap going. You know,
Man,
right there. That's it. They love you, Jigger. That's right. That's it. That's it. That's how we ended it, man. So
for
it's
our
this.
students that's gonna be watching this episode, they're gonna be like, "Wow,
Yeah, they
you
gonna be like
guys,
something wrong with them dudes.
you guys."
So they like, yeah, but we like them, you know. But that's they, yeah. But no, but I just wanted to add in that with that. This is where we headed. You know, we always getting better at our ops, at our operations. So you know, it's a work in progress at all times. So hey, so you know, with that being said, you know, we want to shout everybody out. Check us out all social networks, primarily YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification button. We trying to build the channel up. We're gonna build this community this year. We're gonna build it. Community, as KHFBDE says, the ecosystem, B. The ecosystem. That's what we're trying to build. You know what I'm saying? If you know, we trying to build it for people to understand, and this is, you know, we can go on. There's a lot, because there's a lot of ecosystems out here. There are a lot of ecosystems, a lot of them. A lot of people telling different things, but we're telling our brand of the story. We're telling what we have experienced, what we've diagnosed and analyzed, and you know, it's the ecosystem. So check us out at Heyward CPA on YouTube. That's our YouTube handle. Heyward.CPA on Instagram. And we on Facebook, Heyward CPA. We also on Twitter and LinkedIn. Big shout out to the LinkedIn crew. They check in. Yo, for real though.
Yeah,
like LinkedIn, they you know, they usually check it out later, but
right.
we get some traction over there. So so everybody, shout out people. Gotta shout out the infamous SC House of Wings in South Carolina. Part of the ecosystem too. You know what I'm saying? We got the ecosystem. We're gonna do an ecosystem
They
show.
got that lemon pepper.
Oh, lemon pepper wet, son. Lemon pepper wet. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, they have lemon pepper vegan wings.
We doing the vegan joints. He gotta
That's
get
my alley right there.
he gotta get the vegan wings popping. So, you know, but yeah, we got all this on. So if you want to be a part of it, go sign up, support the channel, support the YouTube thing, support everything we got going on. Because we really trying to push more content for you and yours so that we can bring that 95 down to 94. You know what I'm saying? So it's incremental.
True.
You know, we gotta last longer. We could find more capital. We can use the capital. We can use the capital properly. We can do this. Start functional nonprofits. I just want to say something too. You know, I know we getting ready to sign off. We a little bit over time, but it's our own channel, so
always.
Yeah. But I know there's been a lot of wavering this week because of some of the judicial things that have happened. I'm not going into detail, but I say this: as long as I know personally, I had the freedom to do the things that I know I can and influence and do what I can on the ground and in day-to-day life, I'm going to do it. And, you know, whatever's coming off from the top, I'll just say people, and specific people in general, are quite resilient. And history has shown those people to be very resilient. So whatever happens, we gonna make it. We gonna be all right. Things gonna be better. It for me is just to grind harder and say, yeah, okay, that's what you did. It's chess, y'all. It's chess. It ain't checkers. It's chess. You know what I'm saying?
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? You dig it.
And that ends the show. I'm completed again. I got a loop.
Can you dig it?
Yo, we do not own this, by the way, but it's all good. So
Gotta
we
keep
out
it.
chucking the deuce. We catch you in 2 weeks.
Peace.